See, these terms sound familiar, I know. Yet in this context, it's a different story. So allow me to introduce you to this hilarious, intriguing version of drink and drive. Trust me, you are not ready for this one. You see this one? You are not ready. Now sit back and relax and let's talk about drink and drive. My name is Sherlock Thompson, umkhwenyana wenye muhle njalo. Qili uyezumakoti. Now remember, we're still at all boys boarding school, and drink and drive served as a form of punishment as well. I wonder who came up with this, with the naming of the punishment, drink and drive. If you think about it, it's quite creative. I must give it to them. That was quite creative, coming up with a name like that, drink and drive, just to name a certain punishment. It's quite creative. It is creative. You see, drink and drive wasn't funny at all. It wasn't funny because, firstly, it involved a lot of water intake into your body. That's the first thing. You had to drink so much water. Secondly, it involved a lot of running. So if you found yourself being given the drink and drive punishment, just know that first of all, you're going to have to drink lots of water. Secondly, there's going to be a lot of running for you. So you got to be ready for this. So the drink part represents the water intake. The drive is where the running comes in. Hence, drink and drive. You drink something and then you drive. You drink and then you run. You get the sense? Anyway, let's dive in and I explain in detail explicitly what drink and drive was during our time. So this is one exercise that required a lot of time to be fully implemented and executed. Implemented by the senior /prefect /cop, and then obviously executed by the juniors who were being punished at that point. Because it needed quite some time, right? As a junior, you would expect this type of punishment on a weekend. Most probably on a weekend because it's quite chilled and there's no school, you see? So there's enough time for you to get punished in that way. So in my experience, Sunday was probably the day one would find himself drinking and driving. So Sunday, you would expect such punishments. You would actually be ready mentally that anytime I might be found wanting and there's a possibility that I might find myself being punished by form of drink and drive. So you had to be ready for such. So here's how it actually went down. Let's just say you are found wanting as a junior, and then a senior decides that the proper punishment for you is drink and drive. First, you are given between 1 liter to 2 liters of water to drink. And then you go for a lap. You go for a lap. In our case, if I'm to measure that lap, it could be you running 200 to 250 meters, right? So imagine a scenario where you are ordered to do 5 laps. Each lap 200 to 250 meters, and then you're ordered to do 5 laps. So your punishment is equivalent to 5 laps, right? And after each and every lap that you finish, you got to drink the same amount of water, right? Let's go back to this so that you get the picture. So we are going to run 5 laps, 200 to 250 meters per lap, right? When you finish one lap of the 5 laps, you are to drink the same amount of water, which is between 1 liter and 2 liters of water. Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah, it is going down. So on average, that is like 7.5 liters of water, right? In your body after those 5 laps. I mean, come on, guys. You don't need to be a scientist to try and analyze how the body reacts to such large amounts of water. I mean, in my experience, people would obviously vomit afterwards because surely there's no time that can handle that much water in a short space of time. Because you finish 5 laps in like what? 200 meters. Give it about, because you won't be sprinting, you just be running. So give it about what? 45 seconds, something like that. So 45 seconds by 5. You do the math, right? So that was drink and drive. You run 1 lap, you drink 2 liters of water. Another lap, more water for you. By the time you are done on the 5th lap, you will be messed up. You'll be exhausted. Number one. Number two, your tummy can't handle the amount of water in your body. That is if you can finish the 5 laps without actually vomiting out the water. You will throw up basically water. You would turn into your body would like switch to cleansing mode. I'm telling you, it was a mess. But it was something that was real and something that we experienced as students at a boarding school, in all boys boarding school. Yet we survived, right? So I need you to tell me in the comments if you have survived such a punishment. But what I can tell you is that I know people who did and can testify to all this. I'm not making it up. It's real, guys. It's real and it happened during our time. This is the early like 2000s. So anyway, let's meet again in the next one. And hey, don't drink and drive. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and let's grow the channel together. Ciao.